How did the BME ECR conference influence your thinking or decisions in terms of mentorship and sponsorship and the impact that can make?
Yeah, it was incredibly inspiring. And I think one of the things for me was that it renews motivation for change, especially when you see, people setting out in their career. And you think about the challenges that you had, and, I often think, well, how can I make things a little bit easier for others, who are starting out? So it encourages me to think more about, what else can I do to challenge the status quo. And it challenges me to think, what can I do to make sure that these environments are truly inclusive? No performative nonsense, but truly inclusive, where people, most marginalized people, feel as though they belong. So it's this renewing of the passion to make sure that you make a difference.
You have made that difference because you attended the second conference. And what did, oh, yeah, no, before I go there, you said something during the conference when you attended in 2018. You were a panelist, and you said, stay in academia. We need you. I'll never forget that. And that's why I'm seeing more and more Black people um, progressing, even BME people progressing up the ladder because they heard what you had to say. The words "we need you" really resonated with so many people, and it still does. So you attended 2018 and you did something for 2019. What did you do, Professor Marcia?
So was that hosting the conference?
Yes, you did.
So we host was that at UEL or was it
It
at the other one?
was. It
At UEL?
was. It
So
was.
hosted the conference twice. So the first
Did.
one was at UEL,
Mhm.
and that was amazing. I just, you know, we hosted it at UEL, and then a few years later, when I moved to the OU, we hosted it at the OU.
Yeah.
And I think, it's important to highlight and sponsor conferences and any kind of event that will change the status quo. And I talk about supporting, people who are the most marginalised, and that's important as well. But also, it's about hearing voices that we don't normally, giving voice to people that we don't normally hear from in academia. And it was important for colleagues, and I'm talking about senior colleagues within the institution, senior colleagues who hold power, to see and experience a different type of conference, one that they probably had never been to in their lifetime. And also, as I say, it was important for senior colleagues to attend those conferences and bear witness to what can be. That conferences do not have to look like, your stereotypical conferences that I used to go to when I was starting out in my career. So that's why I was really keen to host the conference at both institutions, but also as an opportunity for our students to see Black academics from different walks of life, and just to see us all together. Because oftentimes you'll see one
Mm-hmm.
or you'll see two, but to,
Mm-hmm.
to have a room
Oh.
full of Black academics, I mean, students were like, wow, wow, So, yes, I host it for so many different reasons, but, just captured a few there.
Because nobody has hosted it twice like you have. So thank you.